Stanley Cup playoff event has dropped in NHL 25, and in this video, we are going to break it all down, and they put my jersey in-game. That's right, if you go over to the store right now, and then the Creator Jerseys tab, you will see my jersey is available for free by just opening up the pack. When we went to the AA Community Day back at launch of NHL 25, we all made jerseys. Pretty stunned they actually put mine in-game, but extremely grateful. It is pretty cool. A nice personal achievement. And for everyone that's followed me throughout the years, I really appreciate it because without you guys, I wouldn't have this opportunity to have my jersey in-game for anyone to use. Also in-game, I think they turned out pretty good. A lot of people got on me about the sock color choices. To be honest, just wanted it to be as obnoxious as possible. I do want to point out, even if you don't want to use my jersey in-game, totally understandable. I would love to see every other creator's jersey get put in-game. And to be honest, I'm pretty stunned that they actually put mine in. A few of us had the opportunity to make our jerseys way back at the community day at launch of the game. And I know that a lot of this stuff, when they look to doing it again, it's usually reflective of how it went the first time. So even if you don't want to use my jersey, just open up the pack in the store. Hopefully it will show that people want to have, you know, some more of their creators listed in game. I would love to see Henrique, Thrash, Burt Crown, Dino, Krista, and all the other creators get in game eventually. So this would be a pretty big start. So again, thank you for everyone that has followed me. This is low-key one of the cooler things. And I appreciate EA for putting me in the game. Still, gotta say, pretty surprised they actually did that. Now let's get into the Stanley Cup playoff event for 2025. Our first 5 Master Set player items are Sergei Bobrovsky, Chris Chelios, Shea Theodore, Gordie Howe, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Now, I was quite interested to see what they would do for events since they just came off of the Fantasy Playoff event as well as Team of the Season. And while all of these cards are really good in their own right, they're really just going back to 94 overall Master Set player items with no free abilities, and a lot of their skating is still in the low to mid-90s. This Chris Chelios card, however, with Heat Seeker, Elite Edges, and Shutdown is almost perfect when it comes to a defenseman card. 94 Speed, Excel, and Agility is good. It's just not great, and obviously we're going to get into the cost in just a little bit, but his defensive stats and attributes are fantastic. Same goes for Gordie Howe at 6'2", He's got power forward, pinpoint shooting boost, and power shooting boost, which essentially maxes out his shot. He's got gold unstoppable force, back at you, and close quarters. 95 speed, excel, and agility, which is, again, really good. I think that the main issue is that there's just fantasy playoff cards that are going to have their fantasy, that it's going to have their skating hit 99, as well as all of the warp speed cards, which I still think was a big issue because of the future events, obviously. But it's not to say that this card isn't very good. He is a pure right-handed winger. Next, we've got Sergei Bobrovsky with 99 speed, is only 6'2". Again, I hope in the coming years or even next year, they figure out a way to make goalies a little bit more viable online. However, if anyone's used the Evgeny Nabokov from the XP pack, that actually was a pretty decent card, and he's like 6 foot. Shea Theodore from the Golden Knights at 6'2", 197. He's got two-way defenseman, agility boost, and pinpoint shooting boost with gold seeing eye, stick 'em up, and elite edges. Again, much like Chelios, 96 speed to excel with 99 agility when he gets agility boost activated. Seeing eye, I just don't think is as impactful as it was in years past. It also does not stack with Heat Seeker. So while it will reduce a goalie's reaction time, it doesn't improve the accuracy or power on shots, because if you've already got Heat Seeker on as well. So I just want to touch on that. I saw that in one of my comments just about Seeing Eye in general. Not that Theodore has it. Again, a very good left-handed defenseman card, and definitely a viable replacement if you've been lacking upgrading the left-handed D. And then we've got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at 6'1", 192 with playmaking forward, pinpoint shooting boost, power shooting boost with gold close quarters, puck on a string, and tape to tape. Honestly, not really thrilled about his abilities. He has 96 speed and excel, 99 agility, maxed out shot and hand stat, which is great, and 95 face-offs. All in all, a very good card. Just abilities are a little bit left to be desired. Now, something to note is it does look like the Stanley Cup playoff event is only 2 weeks long, which is interesting. Usually it goes for like 2 months, which has been a massive issue in years past. But there's 12 days at the time of this recording left from the event, and you can make all of the Master Set players at any time throughout the event, which is a bonus. Love that. The only able to make week 1 Master Set player items during a 2-week event was a massive miss throughout this season. And to make one of these Master Set player items, it is still very expensive. It is back to the 91 event item, as well as 91 overall any other item, which is still quite costly considering the cards that we just received, which again, I think just leads into a little bit of an opportunity to improve planning, I think, when you look at next year's events. Because if they're going to have these crazy events like Warp Speed, Team of the Season, which we know is always going to happen, they really need to plan out the event structure a little bit more in advance, I think, so that we aren't in this situation where it's like, oh, not really thrilled about this because of what we just got. Now, the market for 91 overalls has crashed quite a bit. You're looking at about 50,000 coins. You can get a 91 overall item, which is nice. However, there just isn't a lot of 91 and above event items on the auction house right now, so that's where you're going to see a massive cost if you just want to bypass creating them. Now, just like in the prior events leading up to Team of the Season, essentially what you're going to do is trade in 87 and above overall items for an 89 overall Stanley Cup player item, and then you take 3 of those 89 event items, and that will give you one of the 91s. Now, 87 overall items have crashed to about 10,000 coins per, which means that to make a 91 overall item, you would need 387, so 30,000 coins. And you would need to do that 3 times, which would mean 90,000 coins to get a 91 overall. You times that by 3, you're looking at 270,000 coins just for the 91 overall event items. Add in the 100,000 that you would need for the 91 and above, and you're looking at about 370,000 coins to make a Master Set player item from this event. Now, we've also got collectible sets. Again, these are going to operate much like they have in the events that have come before it. For 30 of these collectibles, you can get a 93 overall Stanley Cup player. This will be account bound. You've got the 91 overall untradeable. This is what you would use if you were looking to make a Master Set player item. You want to save your collectibles for this one specifically, and you can get a tradable 89 and above overall Stanley Cup player item. And then we've got a few more, 4x87 and above for 40, and these are untradeable. Again, given the cost of 87 overalls, I really don't think this is worth it. You've got 4x85s for 20, 4x83s for 10, and then finally, for 5 collectibles, you will get 2 82 overall and above player packs. A lot of people in my community have been ripping these, thinking that they might pull something of value. I've seen a lot of pretty brutal pulls. So my recommendation, if you are looking to make a Master Set player item, it is the random 91 overall Stanley Cup player set. Now, taking a look at the event items that they did release, these are highlighted by the 93 Nemesnikov, Alexei Protas, Pavel Dorofeev, and Bobby McMahon. Going through these event items, we'll start with Nemesnikov. 2-way forward, pinpoint shooting boost, and a playmaking boost with gold close quarters, tape to tape, and puck on a string. So essentially Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 93 speed and excel, 99 agility, does have a great shot, hand stats above 95, is a pure left-handed winger. We've got Alexei Protas from the Washington Capitals at 6'6", 225, great size, and with synergies, can get his shot to almost max. He's got 93 speed and excel, 99 agility, 89 face-offs, so again, a little bit on the lower end of what you'd want to use. 96 body checking, does have gold big rig, and again, for the cost, I really don't think that's worth it. Back at you, which, given how overpowered reverse hitting is already, not a massive bonus here. Then close quarters. Pavel Dorofeev, who might be the most underrated player, or one of them right now, considering his season for the Golden Knights. Sniper forward, pinpoint shooting boost, checking boost with make it snappy, unstoppable force, and no contest. 94 speed, 93 excel, and 99 agility with a maxed out shot. Getting pretty good body checking at 93 overall. Is a pure left-handed winger. Bobby McMahon from the Toronto Maple Leafs at 6'2", 210, 2-way forward, playmaking boost, and power shooting boost. Gold unstoppable force, close quarters, and back at ya. 93 speed and excel, 99 agility. Gotta say, feel like he should be a little bit faster considering how quick he is in real life. He has maxed out shot power, only 91 deking. Does have 94 face-offs and 96 body checking if you are looking to make a Leafs theme team or add him to the squad. Wyatt Johnston from the Dallas Stars, playmaking forward, power shooting, and deking boost with puck on a string, make it snappy and edges. 94 speed, 93 excel, and 98 agility. His hand stats are almost all maxed out at 99 and does have 95 face-offs. Darren Radish, who I feel like has gotten a ton of cards this year. The right-handed defenseman's got two-way defenseman, pinpoint shooting boost, and defensive boost with gold shutdown, quick pick, and heat seeker. Love that ability combo. 92 speed and excel is pretty tough to use if you are someone that plays in the higher divisions of Rivals or Hut Champs, just given the state of skating now for all the players that have been grinding the game. Does have maxed out defensive awareness and stick checking, however, and 3 great abilities. Brant Clark from the LA Kings at 6'2". He's got offensive defenseman, pinpoint shooting boost, deking boost with gold elite edges, third eye, and seeing eye. 95 speed and excel, 96 agility. One of the sneakier 92 overalls. I think he's actually pretty usable when you consider his size and skating as well as gold elite edges. I think this is actually a sneaky decent card if you can get him for a good price. Samuel Girard is usually always very good in Hut, simply because of his skating. At 5'10", 170, he's got elite edges and spinorama, 94 speed and excel, 99 agility, mediocre shooting, low body checking. It's essentially just his skating that's always advantageous here. Jack Roslovic from the Carolina Hurricanes at 6'1", 198, two-way forward and deking boost with gold puck on a string and edges, 93 speed and excel with 96 agility, low 90 shooting, faceoffs only 87. This is a theme team or objective player item. As is Connor Brown, 6', 184 with two-way forward and pinpoint shooting boost, has close quarters, no contest, only 91 speed and excel, and is a pure right-handed winger. Frederick Gaudreau from the Minnesota Wild with two-way forward and defensive boost, unstoppable force, and no contest, 91 speed and excel, only 89 balance as well. Face-offs are quite low at 87, as is his body checking, so again, theme team or objective item. Ridley Gregg from the Ottawa Senators, who has been all over the place in the first round series against the Leafs. 6', 184, two-way forward, face-off boost with gold close quarters and magnetic. With face-off boost and two-way forward activity, gets up to 95 face-offs, which is nice. 92 speed and excel. Again, might be a decent theme team item for Ottawa Senator fans if you can get both of these synergies activated. Evan Rodriguez from the Florida Panthers at 5'11", 175. He comes with playmaking forward and deking boost. Goal make it snappy and ankle breaker. 92 speed and excel. Again, just an objective item. Then we've got Jake Evans from the Montreal Canadiens. Two-way forward and power shooting boost. Gold close quarters and no contest. 91 speed and excel. 95 agility. Sneaky okay face-offs at 93, but again, more of an objective item. Alexei Toropchenko from the St. Louis Blues. 6'6", 220. Power forward, checking boost, big rig, and close quarters. I wish big rig was a little bit more useful in this game. 91 speed and excel, he is quite slow, even though he is massive. Now we've also got Paul Cotter, the 89 overall, 6'2", 213, grinding forward and deking boost, unstoppable force and puck on a string, 92 speed, 93 excel with that synergy activated. Again, theme team or objective item. Andrew Shaw from the Chicago Blackhawks, grinding forward and speed boost. Does have gold truculence, which is always pretty fun, and 99 body checking. Chris Kunitz from the Pittsburgh Penguins, two-way forward, checking boost, gold close quarters, 90 skating across the board, obviously a theme team or objective item. And lastly, Kyle Quincy from the Detroit Red Wings, 6'2", 210, defensive defenseman and agility boost with gold tape to tape, 90 speed, 89 excel. Again, objective item here in Kyle Quincy. Now, just like all the other events, you get 5 free collectibles from the daily free pack in the Stanley Cup Playoffs tab all the way at the end, so you want to make sure you're taking advantage of that. Again, if you open up 6 of these, you will get yourself a 91 overall item from the event. Again, you need 3 to make a Master Set player item, so if you do it throughout the 2 weeks, you can almost get those event items taken care of just from the daily pack. Taking a look at the objectives, we got the Stanley Cup Playoffs Week 1. Again, by completing all 5 of these, you will get a random 89 overall Stanley Cup Playoff player. By completing 5 sets, that's how you get that 89 overall Andrew Shaw. And then that will allow you to get some hits in Rivals, Hut Champs, or Squad Battles with a Stanley Cup Playoff player. 75 of them will get you 4 collectibles. 30 assists will get you another 4. 25 goals will get you 4 collectibles as well. And then lastly, completing 20 games will get you another 4. In Hut Moments, you can also reduce the cost of making a Master Set player item by getting a few 85 overall items. And then the final one is how you get that 87 overall Kyle Quincy that you can obviously use to trade in, as it is untradeable. Now, Wild Card this week will net you more collectibles that you can use to make a Master Set player item. You'll also get the 87 overall Chris Kunitz here at tier 8. And then as you carry on throughout, the final one is an 89 overall Audette wild card that is untradeable, so a free 89 overall. Now, Audette's card, again, at 5'8", 190, not going to be terribly useful in game, but I'm surprised that they haven't been giving out more of these wild cards. I think this is good that they're finally putting them in the tier list, because when you use them in your wildcard spot, they have a much more reduced salary, which adds a usefulness to actually having the card. So if you want to get Donald Audette, if you're making a Sabres themed team, you can do so by completing the wildcard list or trade him in towards a master set item. Quick little fantasy update is Matthew Nyes, at the time of this recording, is a 95 overall, but he did score in game 4, so he is up to 96. It is nice that they are, once they hitting 95, they do get a new superstar ability, which is awesome. But Matthew Nyes, luckily, I did say he was one of the better options, and he's 3 goals away already from hitting 99. Now, Brett Howden already 95 from game number 1, but has not scored since. And one of the biggest surprises might be Marco Rossi. I was totally wrong about the Wild. I thought they would kind of just get crushed by the Golden Knights, but they did get that series tied up. But Marco Rossi has scored a few. And if you were upset, maybe you did the B and D set and got him, he is going to get another upgrade. That is going to do it for the playoff event breakdown. Again, I thank everyone who has supported me over the years. I think seeing my jersey in game, regardless, it might seem minuscule. It's something I can always look back on and say, hey, my jersey was in game for a little while, so that was cool. And again, if you want to support the other creators, like I said, even if you're not going to wear it, just open up the pack. It shows that at least it's somewhat interesting to the player base, and if you want to support me, that's definitely one way to do it. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.